YouTube founder community, what's your spin fans, random people on the internet? My name is Giggens. We're here today to chat with Easton, who is a writer, a producer at Top 40 American Radio, the Ryan Seacrest show. You can correct me on that one. Easton, how is it going, man?
It's great, Giggens. I am so excited to be here. And just so I get this straight, it is American Top 40 with Ryan Seacrest, the biggest hits from coast to coast and around the world. And I just love music, man. And I'm such a big fan of yours. And I'm so pumped to be here today on What's Your Spin?
I'm glad to have you on, man, because you have a great taste in music and your passion as a parent. And with everything you post and what you write, like I feel the care in what you do. And I know that you dig, music so deeply. And I know you also have your ear to the pulse of what's happening, because obviously being in a top 40 market and you're always seeing what's new and coming up. What's the band you want to chat about today?
The band I want to talk about today is a trio from Los Angeles, California. They're called Trousdale. They're a trio of three women. I found them a couple years ago, and I just became so obsessed. I think they're the best band that has ever existed. I'm going to talk about them this entire time. They're so great, and I want everyone in the world to listen to Truesdale. They're just, yeah. There's so many reasons why I love them, but they're the best, and I'm so excited to get into them with you today because I could talk about Truesdale all day, every day.
Well, that's what we're here for, man. S-
Yeah.
Let's just jump in. Easton, what's your spin on Trousdale?
So I was thinking about music discovery the other day. When most people today, I think, get into music from TikTok or social media.
Yeah.
And I think anything that helps you find an artist or a song that you connect with is great. But I think there's something really magical about finding something just by almost by accident. Like, I mean, you remember the old days, like you would go into a record store and they just have CD listening stations and you just put on a
Yeah.
pair of headphones.
Yeah.
Like there's something about the human brain that wants to like discover things. And I think when you find that kind of thing, it really lights up a lot of synapses. I was doing something that I think a lot of your listeners have done. And one day I was just on YouTube and I was just searching Beach Boys cover songs because I wanted to see some of those songs are so complicated. And I just wanted to see if anyone could come even close.
Yeah.
And I found this video by a trio, and they were covering "Wouldn't It Be Nice," and I was blown away. I was just like, the harmonies were just so beautiful, and I loved what I heard. So after listening to that like 30 times in a row, I went and listened to the rest of there's this band Truesdale, and I was like, oh, who are these women? And I listened to their discography, and every single song I heard, I liked more and more and more. Their harmonies are incredible. I mean, they're trained artists. Like they went to USC. They're pardon me. They went to UCLA. I can't mix that up. They're so good. And my love for them got even more intense when I saw them live because I mean, like being in the presence of voices like that have such a command of the songs they're writing and the music they're making, I was just blown away. And I got in at their shows, they talk about how they produce all their own music and what it's like being women in the music industry, how hard it is to go into a studio and tell usually an old guy like, hey, we produced this song, we're going to produce the next song, we know what we want, and they are like, I bet your boyfriend produced it, or like that kind of thing. Hearing that story really, yeah, like obviously, I mean, I know that especially the music industry is very hard for women, but hearing that just really inspired me. And I remember I went to their LA show and I was listening to them talk, and I was looking around and I see little girls, women my age, and like older women, and they're just like looking up and beaming. And I was thinking about how many like kids are at this show and going like, wow, I can make music too. I
Yeah.
can do this too.
Yeah.
I I was so touched by that. And I just I love Truesdale so much. They're like their songs are beautifully crafted. Again, the harmonies are just so incredible. It's like I don't think I've heard vocals like Truesdale before. Um, and they put on a great show too. They have like they have all these like crazy costumes and set decoration. It's they're really the whole package. That's what drew me into Truesdale initially, was like just everything about them was so exciting and so fresh, and it really like connected a lot in my mind with like I don't know. Something when I listen to them that I really love is that there's a couple songs I listen to, and it reminds me of like being like in high school in my hometown. And this song was written 3 years ago. Like I'm almost 40 years old. You know, like I didn't listen to this song growing up, but it like made me feel that way. And um, I just think when you can evoke that intense of an emotion in a song, it's just such an incredible thing that you
Yeah.
shouldn't let go of.
Yeah, no, I agree. And listening to their vocals, like I've checked out Wouldn't It Be Nice and their albums that they have out, and their vocals are so in sync and so finely on point with each other. The way they can blend so articulately is striking. And especially on the newest record that came out in April, I was playing some of that stuff, and hearing them have this almost joyous kind of enthusiasm, like as they push those notes out together, really like you feel something in your chest when they sing. It's like a very homey kind of expression. So like it's almost like I feel like a lot of vocal groups are here to like show off their chops, but I
Yeah.
feel like with them it's just a natural like what luck that they met each other and they happen to have a blend, you know?
Isn't that, yeah, it's so funny. And like, following them, they talk about how like so many people think that they're sisters, like
Yeah.
they're, you know, and like two of them do look very similar. But I think about that all the time, like how incredibly fortunate that like you all took the same songwriting class, the same year, and you found like that you're in sync in your beliefs and what you're into, and then also like just biologically like your vocal cords work so well together. It's like it's such a beautiful thing.
It's rare too when that happens. There's groups like the early Eagles albums or
Yeah.
like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Like it's rare when that blend happens that goes, oh, whoa. Like whenever you put on a CSNY album, maybe the first Crosby, Stills, Nash album, you're like, damn, like how do you do that? Like how do you put that blend together? And these girls have nailed it. And then you add on that like kind of folky rock kind of, guitar moody thing, which sometimes they're rocking, sometimes they're doing ballads. So they know how to put a song together really well. And you put those vocals on top, it's just the cherry on top of this already good cake. Um, what do you discover about them when you put them on? Like, I know with vocal groups, you can be, oh, I missed that note before. Ooh, that bottom end's kind of cool. Do you hear different blends when you put them on?
Yes, all the time. They put out an album in 2020, early 2024, called Out of My Mind. And I listened to that album every single day on the way to work and the way home from work. I
Yeah.
listened to it as like I played it so much. And almost every time I would hear some little thing like like a little ad lib or a harmony that like stood out to me on the 70th listen. And I it was one of those things where like, because like I've made a bit of music in my life, but like on such a superficial level. I'm like so bad, and and I hear this, and I think I'm like, oh my god, how did you? Not just how did you do this? How did you come up with this idea? Like, how did this? Like, how do you hear this in your mind and then make it real?
Yeah.
It's it's just incredible. And again, you mentioned it, they put out a new album called Growing Pains, which is very it's excellent, and they've just ramped it up. Their production is just like off the charts, and to me it's just criminal that not that more people aren't listening to them. They just wrapped up opening for Maren Morris on tour, which I think is
That's a
so
good
awesome.
pairing.
Yes,
I can see the vocal. Okay, because Maren had some great harmonies on those early records. Oh, she still does, but yeah, like My Church and all those songs. Absolutely, yeah.
yes. I love that you bring that up because Maren would bring out Truesdale every night to sing My Church with her. I'm
Okay,
like,
not my job or something to know music, whatever. Fine, that's fine.
Giggens had an astute observation, everybody. That's wow. Um, Incredible. Yeah, it's funny because like I think Truesdale gets grouped in sometimes with like a country kind of vibe, like the
Yeah.
Chicks and stuff like that. But they're very much like a pop group, a vocal group, kind of folky. They're kind of hard to nail down. I want them to just be the biggest band of all time because I think they truly deserve it. And everyone I've turned on to Truesdale just loves it too. They're yeah, I can't say enough good things about them. They're so kind too. I've gotten to meet them a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I met them at their show, and then I work on a bunch of iHeartRadio podcasts, and I brought them on to be interviewed on one of the shows, and they were just so much fun, so funny, and such a great attitude about everything. I just yeah, like I'm so grateful for this opportunity because my wife just hears me like wandering around the house, just shuffling around, just muttering about how great Truesdale is. So any outlet I can get to talk about Truesdale, I love. I'm just jumping at this.
Now you can mutter with friends, and that's the best kind of muttering. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
With the band themselves, I know they're a pretty young group. They've only been around for a handful of years now. Um, what do you think their progression's going to be like? Because this next album that they've put out, the newest album that they've put out, definitely is a step up from what their first one was, and the first one was already great. So, like, where do you think they're going to go? Are they going to lean more into a country feel, or still kind of genre blend?
It's interesting because I think their newest album has a lot more country influences in it, and a
Yeah.
lot of that like especially that like kind of 90s like electric guitar, like there's a lot of like country sounding like solos on there, like the like that kind of thing. And um I it's rough because like country is the most like lucrative genre right now, especially if you're trying to go for like mainstream appeal, and get radio play.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think that I don't know. It's just it's interesting because they're I think they're just trying to play around with a bunch of different sounds.
Yeah.
And like if you listen to their really early stuff, it sounds very folky, very
Yeah.
like yeah, very Chicks inspired. And then they kind of went more towards like a pop, not quite rocky, but like much more pop on their first album. And this one they're kind of going back to that like folky country stuff.
Yeah.
But it just proves that like the sky's the limit, and I'm just excited to see what else they can do. On their last tour, they were playing a lot of like they did a whole medley from Wicked. They did like a lot of like musical style stuff, and I'm hoping to see more of that because like
Cool.
again, their voices can handle it. They can belt, and it's. I loved seeing them like kind of just really stretch their chops doing those songs. So I don't know, maybe some like Broadway inspired stuff. I'm just excited to hear what else they're working on. I know they're working on new music already.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Sweet.
yeah, it's just it's all they're one of those bands that's like constantly working on something new, playing around with a new idea, and that's another like incredibly inspiring thing about Truesdale.
So, like, when you've turned people onto this group, has everyone sort of been positive about it? Has there been anyone that's like, I'm just not feeling it, or like, because like you sell it so well, is your enthusiasm infectious? Because it's like I dig them, and you're making me want to go back again to check them out. Like, oh, maybe I missed something more. Like what did I miss?
If they did if I have turned someone onto it and they weren't that into it, they hid it from me. They kept it, they don't want to break my little heart.
Right.
Um so okay, Giggins, there's an inside joke I want to let you in on between me and my wife because I think and it's some of my friends because I am delighted by this, but probably like 6 months ago, maybe longer, Truesdale did an Instagram live. It was just one of them. It was Lauren, who was the guitar player.
Yeah.
She did an Instagram live and was just kind of like answering questions. And I joined and I was curious what kind of guitar she played because I just really like how it looks.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah.
as you could imagine, I like again, I've talked to them a bunch. I've DM'd them a million times. I am annoying. Like I feel like the police department has a file on me when it comes
It's like,
to
oh, it's him again. He's okay. Yeah.
So right, I get on the Instagram live and I think I sent in my question and Lauren, I don't think she meant anything bad by this, but she saw my name. She goes, oh, hi, Easton. And it's like, oh God, it's him again. And so now whenever I post something about Trousdale on like Instagram, my wife will text me, oh, hi, Easton. Or like when there's like three or four friends I've told about this, and that now they'll hit me up about it too. But it makes me laugh. And it's become the like unofficial, like, oh God, Easton's being weird about Trousdale again.
That's so funny, man. Like, I don't know. I honestly, like when you're at the start with some of these groups and artists, like you're the kind of people they remember as they keep going. I've talked to musicians who are like, indie musicians over the years and for over 10 years now, and I still talk to them once in a while. And it's like, oh, you came out to my early shows when we played to six people. I can't believe you're still following me. Like I'm eight albums deep, it's like, you know, they don't forget because those are the people who have spread the word.
Yeah, it's really something else that like it really drew me in is that like I work in top 40 radio now. I'm my entire day is spent with like big pop songs and acts and like the Taylor Swifts and stuff like that. But the music I was really and still am really into growing up, I was really into punk music, hardcore punk music, and that involved going to local shows and seeing these really like we talk about discovering music. A lot of the I just go see I'd go see Champion if they were coming through town, and I'd see the opening band and be like, oh, these guys are good, and
Yeah.
I'd get their CD, and then that's how I found a new band. And the idea of like finding these bands as they were like honing their sound, and then also being able to like talk to them at the
Yeah.
shows and like hear their methods and like how they write music and what they're about and what they're inspired by. I that was something I really liked about punk music is how it like and it's not about like, oh, I like my favorite band can be my friend. Like it's not like really like that.
Oh, it's Easton.
Yeah, oh, Graham Heist. Uh, but it's just it's a different way I think of like appreciating the music, like just knowing like, oh, this is just a guy like me who has this really cool idea and he's up on stage making it happen.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. And yeah, I like Truesdale has gotten much bigger since even since I've been listening to them. Like opening for Maren Morris. They're in like as we record this, they're in Europe playing a
Yeah.
tour there. Like
Go to
there's
Australia soon.
yeah, they're going to Australia. So it's crazy. They're going to be with Jenny soon.
Absolutely.
It's really crazy. And so I'm hoping that this trajectory continues for them because they are so deserving of it. And I think as they're one of those bands, and I know you have bands like this too, but like that I go, if more people could just hear them, they would have more fans. Like it's just
I
takes
know.
getting them in front of ears.
It's so cool to watch that happen.
Yes.
Oh, this could be the moment for Truesdale. This one video could be the one that broke it. This is it.
Yes, this is it. This is gonna be the one to do it. I just like whenever you hear like the term gatekeeping a lot, and like I don't know, just something about like that to me, I never understand that. I never understood that. Like my attitude is like if I like something and then everybody else starts to like it too, like that's good. I mean, like
Cool. Yeah.
it's cool. And something I want to say about you is that when you first popped on my radar, I was so because I was kind of trying to find like I'm a massive Beach Boys fan as we all are,
Wearing the
and
shirt.
yeah, I'm wearing the Beach Boys Sheen shirt, and there's a lot of just like any fandom, there's a lot of like toxicity in a lot of the Beach Boys fandom. And when I found you, I was like so attracted to your positivity and how like enthusiastic you are. And because I'm gonna say it, I love Kokomo, I love Summer in Paradise. I love the Problem Child song. Like there's
It's a good song. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like, and then I go on like your YouTube and you'll do an hour about how great Summer in Paradise is, and I'm like, this is my guy. This is great. Like it's all great and it all has a place. And especially if something brings you joy, then why wouldn't you want everyone to experience that?
That's exactly it, man. And like that's kind of why I started doing this. Like my early YouTube videos were like a little on the I kind of cringe at them now because I was trying to fit in. And like, being negative online is what gets views, but like, my
Yes.
channel will never have a million followers because I'm happy and I like music.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna have, a huge channel, but I don't care about that because I'm stoked about what I listen to and I want people to feel the same way. It's sad that like I feel like a lot of kids see happiness as cringe these days, or they call it glazing if you like something too much. And it's like, screw that, man. You're here once. Just enjoy it, If you
Yes.
well, play Kokomo. Who the hell cares? Like, it's there's too much crap happening. If you love Summer in Paradise, just enjoy it. That's it. And like that's a big reason why I've done my channel for so long. It's like I want people to have a safe space to enjoy music and talk about it and not be judged for it. Ethan, I've got to ask you, we're wrapping up. It's time to go here.
Oh my
I
God.
want to thank all my friends for hanging out. I want to thank you guys for watching today. It's been a wonderful show. But no, we got to do our final question, my favorite question of the show. If an alien showed up at your front door from outer space, landed front door, and they were like, "Hey, what's the best Trousdale album for me to start with? Would you start with the first one or start with the second one or start with a single?"
I would have to tell this alien, and I would even leave the planet myself and colonize other solar systems to drop this album off. I love their new album, but I out of my mind, their full length debut. I think from start to finish, that is a masterpiece. It is the first note is it's a song called Bad Blood, and it just rips. It
Oh,
just right out the gate. It's
yeah.
so good. I love that entire album. I told this to their face. Album is a masterpiece. It is so great. So that is what I would give the Alien. And everyone listening, go listen to Out of My Mind, listen to Growing Pains. And if Truesdale is coming to your town, I don't care what it takes, go see them. It will change your life. It's an incredible experience.
There we go. So well said. Easton, man, thank you so much for being on the show and educating the masses on Truesdale. Where can people find you if you want to promote yourself a bit?
Well, thank you, Giggins. Thank you so much for this opportunity. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Easton Allyn, Easton, like the baseball bat, Allyn. And if you like hearing my voice, you can hear me on Scrubbing In with Becca Tilley and Tanya Rad if you're a fan of The Bachelor. And there's a couple other iHeartRadio podcasts that I pipe up on. Just close your eyes and type in iHeartRadio and click one. I'll probably be on there. But
You're on you interview people all the time. Like you're always with, I'm like, how the hell do you know all these people? This is so cool. Like, I'm trying to catch up here, man. You got the Ryan
it,
Seacrest hookup here. Yeah.
yes, yeah. Dropping his name will get me into a lot of
Um,
plays.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I do
gets me a
that.
lot of free ice cream cones. Let's say that.
That's a good thing. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here, Easton. Truesdale, if you see this video, I hope you dig it and I hope more people find you guys. I'm now a fan, so I'm in. Get one more out of me. And see you guys next week in the next episode of What's Your Spin. But until then, leave some comments below for us to chat about Truesdale, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.